yeah, we just thought we'd have a chat about pets because I've never had any pets with the kids before, and but some of my special memories from my childhood were I had a guinea pig called Pickles, and my sister had a rabbit called Miffy, and then we had another rescue rabbit at some point called Mr. Purple. He was purple, but I've got really happy memories of really feeling love for something that was small and needed me to protect it and look after it. And while the kids were little, I couldn't bear to even think about it because I think you're working so hard changing nappies, and
that's where I'm at now. The thought of a pet, I'm just
something
like, hell no!
To look after, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think when the babies are tiny, you're feeding them and you're changing them, you're doing all of that for them, and so to look after something else. But obviously, my 3 boys are now all toilet trained, and they're all feeding themselves.
Just about.
If that's what you want to call it. Rocco's 9 now, and I really wanted to find something that could draw out some lovely qualities in him, nurturing and caring qualities.
Because he's already a sensitive boy anyway, isn't he? In a nice way,
and take on some responsibility for something as well. And that's what I've really seen. The rabbits are 4 months old now. We've had them for a couple of months.
They're so tiny. They're very, very cute.
Very gorgeous and cute. I didn't want an animal living with us in the house. I know that's some people's thing, to have a cat or a dog. I wasn't quite ready to go that far.
And if you've got a small house, like I do, we've got one sort of main living area and that's it. And I don't want an animal in there. I don't want something that is potentially noisy and smelly. As much as I love animals, we're just not there yet at the moment. And I know Tilda would probably love one at some point, but she has guinea pigs at nursery, and that to me, and we go to the farm a lot, so she does see animals and she can pet animals. But I'm just not prepared.
I think at Tilda's age and Ozzy's age and obviously Ivy's age, they can't. The responsibility is something that they can't take on. You can't say to Tilda, go out and feed the rabbits.
Exactly. Yeah,
she couldn't execute
should let them
that
go
on
and that
her
would be
own.
gone. Yeah.
Whereas Diggory and Rocco are both at the age now where I can say, can you go out and feed the rabbits? I know that they're able to open the run themselves, climb into the run themselves, change the water, change the food, and then secure the run against, make it safe for the rabbits not to escape and for other animals not to get in. So I think I found there was a definite point in their lives where they were old enough to do the jobs and to take on the responsibility for an animal. And if you have a dog, I guess the age where they could walk the dog round the block on a lead and feel like they're actually doing something, putting back into the household. So maybe in my case, if the boy's not so good at filling the dishwasher or doing the domestic chores, but to be able to say to them, right, I've got, at the moment we're on a bit of a rota system, and Diggory feeds the sunflowers in the morning, he waters all the plants that we've sort of put in, and then
that's what I do with Tilda. Say, you can't have a pet, I'll get you a sunflower.
But it's been great, and it's done all the things that I wanted it to do, and I do feel like I've kind of got the timing right. Ozzy, I couldn't send down the garden to do it. He's 4. He couldn't get into the run safely on his own. Oh, is this boring?
But at the same time, he's going to be part of it, and he is going to see that his older brothers are taking on that responsibility, and I don't think there's any question that having a pet is a good thing for a kid. And maybe one day I'll change my mind, but at the moment, we had our sister's dog to stay with us for a week, and I loved it. This was before kids, and we did love it, and we really missed Mabel when she was gone, but it was almost harder than having a kid because you can't take them everywhere you can take your kids. And we were having to leave places on time to get back to for Mabel, and I just don't think I want that added element to our lives at the moment, especially if I've got to go up to London for work or something. I can't juggle a pet as well, and
it is extra work. I think at the moment you're doing so much kind of
literal juggling,
but looking after them as well. And I think I do have to do a lot of work. It does drink up quite a lot of my time, looking after the rabbits. And yes, when we go away, you have to find somebody who wants them.
So I think one question. Great,
you're on my list.
But one question I think other people might wonder as well is how much, when you got the pets in the first place, obviously you had the chat with the kids, we're only going to get these if you're going to muck in, which I remember that when I was a kid, and we got a hamster, and who ended up having to bully me to do it? My mum constantly, or she ended up having to clean out the cage. Are you having to do more than you intended?
Not really, because I think I was so ready to do it all myself. I think the love for the rabbits has already lasted longer than I thought. I think a couple of months is quite good. Rocco's still getting in there in his pyjamas in the morning and going to say goodnight to them at the end. And I went about it a different way with the boys, and instead of saying to them, you have to help, you have to do this, otherwise we're not having them, I said, these rabbits aren't going to be friendly rabbits if they're not cuddled enough.
No.
So
they'll turn into evil,
if you cuddle them
face-eating
every
rabbits.
single day, but if you cuddle them every day, they're going to be friendly and they'll come to you. And the joy that they get now from just walking up to the run and the rabbits come out to see them. And I'm constantly telling them that is because you're cuddling them and you're looking after them in the right way. And I think, they have taken it on as a responsibility. And yes, it's a lot of hard work for me.
And cost-wise, I know it's ended up costing you more than you wanted originally.
It is, but that's because...
And this is the thing about pets, isn't it?
That guinea pig I told you about before did get eaten by a fox. And it was...
Which has made you really paranoid.
I'm really, really paranoid.
I'd be paranoid too about leaving rabbits in the garden.
And if we could just get a video of me chasing a cat down the garden, it would be... comedy sketch, I'm sure.
Get away.
A viral YouTube thing, because it is quite hysterical. But
I'm going to be putting sneaky cameras in the garden.
I didn't sleep. The first night we had them, I didn't sleep because I was worried that the foxes were going to get them. But we've battened down this extra netting on the bottom, and it goes a foot outside the run. We got the toughest rabbit hutch and run. There's 2 little dwarf rabbits stuck.
What made you choose the dwarf rabbits over anything else?
I wanted little ones because I wanted the children to be able to pick them up themselves and put them on their lap themselves, and they can all do that.
It's really
little bit squeezy from the 4-year-olds, but they can pick them up. They're not a massive thing to manhandle. I wanted them to be little, and again I wanted to just bring out as much of that kind of I have got something little and something precious, and I need to look after it, otherwise it will die. It's
speaking of which, what plan have you got in place for when they do eventually leave this
I've
rabbity
always
earth?
been really, really, my parents were very honest with us, and they never pretended to
no lovely farms being sent
up to the clouds in the sky, and he's turned into a this, and our family doesn't work like that. We've always been very, very honest. This is the truth. And
my dad and my sister talked about mounting the hamster head in my doll's house. They thought this was hilarious when the hamster died.
Stop about them.
Mounting the hamster. They thought this was really funny when Hammy died. They were like, "Oh, why don't we mount her head and put it over the fireplace?" I was like, devastated. My lovely sister and dad.
But I think the short period that we've had the rabbits, it has brought out the qualities that I wanted to see in the kids. Rocco has struggled at school. He struggles with lots of things, and he's an emotional, sensitive little boy, and it's done what I wanted it to do for him. There's a love and a bond with these rabbits that is very special, and that's very lovely for me to see, and it's quite emotional for me to see him just go and sit there with the rabbits, and he'll sit there for ages. And this is something that's not going to talk back to him, it's not going to be mean to him, it's not going to bully him.
You're going to make me cry. But
it's that it is a special thing, and it has been a special thing for Rocco. And it is lovely to see. It's lovely to look out of the kitchen window and see him just sat there with his rabbits, and it's been a good thing for him, and it's good for Diggory as well, who's the boisterous,
it's centering for him, isn't it?
And he has to be gentle with them. He can't be boisterous and crazy with them. So when he spends time with the rabbits, seeing the Diggory, that's quite nice.
Well, I mean, and it's nice to be able to come over and visit with Tilda. But again, I don't think we'll be doing it anytime soon. But I might ease her in with a fish. Because she loves the fish at Pets at Home. We go up to, and one of Anna's tips from years ago was, you know, when you're at a loose end, go up to Pets at Home and go and see the pets. And it's brilliant. We go and see the guinea pigs, and sometimes they're feeding the iguanas.
I think we've got a Boots next door to an early learning centre, next door to a Pets at Home.
Yeah, it's like
and if I needed to go and get something boring from Boots that the kids aren't that interested in, like new toothbrushes or deodorant or something, I could do that quickly on the back of playing with a few toys in early learning.
If we do this,
centre,
we can then go
and
see the pets.
and normally using the toilet in the early learning centre, so it's quite handy. And Pets at Home, which
Tilda really does love the fish, and I have got that earmark, thinking, okay, fish I can deal with, because if I'm away for a few days, I can chuck one of those food blocks in, and I know that the fish is going to be all right.
But the rabbits thing works. They're outside the house. Yeah. They haven't got their smelly bottoms inside my house.
Works just the kids with their smelly bottoms.
I even toilet train them quicker than I toilet trained any of my kids. I'm quite proud of that. You have to go in with your marigolds and pick up their poo and wee and pop it into the litter tray.
Oh, another reason for why I'm not having a pet. But I'd be interested to know whether you have given in and bought the kids a pet, and was it a disaster? Was it brilliant? Was it the best thing you ever did? And tell us your experiences too. And we shall keep our eyes on what happens with the rabbits. Fingers crossed, there's no foxes.
Sure, it'll be fine. It's battened down. I'll show you my security.
I'm scared of that phone call one day.
I've got a line of skateboards on the top holding down wooden batons. And we've got a plastic falcon on top of it to ward off it.
Doing everything that you can to keep them safe. Well, we shall see you on the next video from Who Mummy.